Well, it's often been said that music soothes a savage beast, but what about a fussy baby? Well, even when a baby is in no mood to sleep, soothing songs can help a great deal. Joining us this morning is Susan Darrow, Director of Educational Services at Music Together, an internationally recognized early childhood music program. Thank you so much for joining us. And
Pleasure to be here.
Tell me, let's start off, why is music so important to little babies?
Well, music, I'm sure everybody can agree, music is fun for everybody and something that everybody kind of enjoys. Sure. What I think not a lot of people recognize is how early babies can, or people can respond to music. We are actually all born equipped to both receive music or incorporate music as well as express music. And the big aha for most parents is really how early music education begins.
Well, I was just going to say, how early is too early? Now, my girlfriend was when she was pregnant was playing Chopin all the time. So
yeah.
Is that too early?
No, in fact, exposing music to baby in the womb, baby's hearing is in place at 4 months gestation.
Wow.
So they're starting to actually receive music, auditory input, even before they're born. And then at birth, babies come out ready to respond to music. Now imagine if a baby is ready to respond and there's no music to respond to. That's where we come in. Actually, that's the role of the parent, the caregiver, or the music teacher, is to expose a child from the time they're born to a rich music environment.
Well, let's see. I'll talk about what kinds of music. I guess we're not going to be playing the Rolling Stones. I'm guessing we're going more on the classical level?
Well, interestingly enough, most parents think, well, the most important music to play for your baby would be classical, Bach, Beethoven.
Okay.
And actually, the most important music to play for your baby is the music you love as a parent, because the baby is learning from you what music making is about. They're learning a behavior. They're not learning skills. They're learning to love music. And unless Beethoven really rocks your socks off, that is probably not the music to play for your baby. So it might indeed be the Rolling Stones.
So can you tell what music baby likes? I mean, even at a very young age of, say, a month old. Can
Yes.
you tell? Really?
This is what's interesting, and for me, when I was learning about this was fascinating to me. Babies actually respond, both tonally and rhythmically, much, much earlier than people think. So, for example, we have seen 3-month-old babies sing, sing in quotes, the last note of the song. And when I say sing, of course, they're not singing the way we sing, but they're toning. They make a sound on the last note of the song. That basically is a baby's first attempts at singing. And what we do in our Music Together classes is we encourage the parent to echo back that baby's sound. So just as when your baby's learning to talk, he says dada one day, and mommy says dada 100 times to the baby, trying to encourage and reinforce dada. The same thing can happen in music where the baby tones a sound.
Wow.
If mom just tones it back to him, she's supporting his first attempts at singing.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Now, Susan, you're the Director of Educational Services at Music Together. My apologies, I said
okay.
therapy. But Music Together, what else do you do at your center?
Music Together is really about supporting children's natural born aptitude or potential for learning music from birth through age 7. And particularly for birth to age 8 or 9 months, that infant time period really is when music education begins. The window of opportunity for music learning is birth to age 7. It's widest open between birth and 5, and then it actually starts to close. So imagine, though, in our culture, we start music education very often in 1st or 2nd grade. Mm-hmm. We're missing the boat. And we've got that figured out about language. We know that if you wait till a child's 12 years old to teach her French, it's hard. But if you immerse a child in a bilingual environment, they can grow up learning a couple languages. That's really what we do. It's music immersion.
Okay. Now, I have a question. My mom was a music teacher for 50 years.
Mm-hmm.
How about that? What if you find that a child might not be the greatest, might not have the best musical talents, let's just say that. Should they still be immersed in music?
Well, that's, again, a lot of assumptions are made about the fact that the child can't sing well by a certain age. We assume, oh, well, he's not musical. And what we're not recognizing is actually singing is an achieved, learned skill that develops over time. Much the same way language develops over time.
Sure.
And everybody has their own timeline for it. So some children achieve that ability to sing in tune at the age of 4 or 5, and some children don't get there till they're 10 or 12. But the point is everybody can get there given the right environment.
So it's important to start early.
Yes.
And sing often, sing out loud, and any other advice that you have for new
You know,
parents?
for parents, I would say, especially parents of babies, make a ritual habit out of singing to your baby every day. Lullaby is a great time. Sing your baby to sleep every day.
Well, that sounds terrific. Thanks so much, Susan Darrow, again, Director of Educational Services at Music Together.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us.